Imagine discovering a plot hole so massive, it collapses Sinner's entire universe. Let's dissect the scene that broke the internet at the beginning of the movie. We are told that some music is so powerful it can attract souls from both the past and the future. This mystical music not only draws in good souls, but also lures evil spirits. The opening scene introduces us to a wounded boy named Sammy, who enters a church carrying a guitar. He is gravely injured, and the churchgoers are alarmed at his condition. The priest prays over him and urges him to give up music, warning that evil forces are after him because of it. To understand how Sammy ended up in this state, the story rewinds to the previous day that we see Sammy with his band, deeply immersed in creating soulful blues music known for its emotional lyrics. The music they play is so moving that it resonates with both the living and the dead. However, Sammy's father disapproves of his musical passion. In a surprising reveal, we learn that his father is the very same priest from the opening scene. That the scene then shifts to two brothers, Smoke and Stack, who recently acquired a large sum of money by stealing from a powerful gangster. Despite their wealth, they face discrimination due to their race. Hoping to uplift their community, they buy expensive land from a white man and plan to open a nightclub. They want their club to be a place where their people can enjoy music and relax after a hard day's work. At the station, they hear Sammy's band playing and are instantly captivated by the sound. Impressed, they invite the band to perform at their club and also hire two Chinese restaurant owners to manage food and drinks. Smoke then visits his estranged wife, who practices voodoo. Their meeting quickly turns into an argument about the past, including the death of their daughter. His wife claims that her magic helped them survive World War I, but Smoke counters by questioning why it couldn't save their daughter. Despite their tension, she still loves him, evidenced by the pendant he still wears. That elsewhere, a mysterious, injured man seeks shelter in a couple's house. Soon after, vampire hunters arrive, but the couple lies to protect the man. Once they leave, the man reveals his true nature by biting the male host and turning him into a vampire. His wife screams in horror as she realizes what's happening. Meanwhile, back at the nightclub, Smoke and Stack are preparing for opening night. Smoke insists on strict entry rules. No one enters without a proper ticket. Stack, however, believes the club should be welcoming to all members of their community. Regardless of money, the club's opening night is a massive success, with many guests in attendance. Sammy begins his performance, and the music again proves its power, drawing in wandering souls. Among the crowd are the three vampires, including the one who infected the couple. As vampires, they cannot enter the club without permission. When one asks for entry, Smoke refuses him, recognizing him as a white man and recalling how white people have mistreated their community. The vampire offers money and insists he's only there for the music, but Smoke stands firm, forcing the vampires to wait outside it later. Mary, a close friend of Smoke and Stack, raised by their mother, steps out of the club after an argument. Outside, the female vampire tries to bribe her for entry, but the situation turns deadly. Mary is attacked and bitten, turning into a vampire herself. Now under the vampire's influence, she gains access to the club and soon attacks Stack, turning him as well. Smoke, horrified by the sight, shoots at Mary to stop her, but the bullets have no effect. Mary flees, laughing. Smoke is devastated, seeing her as a sister, and temporarily clears out the nightclub. Smoke's wife arrives and informs him that Mary is now a vampire, which is why bullets didn't harm her. Her knowledge of voodoo helps her understand the situation. Meanwhile, a security guard is ambushed outside the club and turned into a vampire. When he returns and asks to come inside, Smoke's wife recognizes the sign and warns everyone. As Smoke offers the guard his payment, the man tries to bite him, prompting Smoke to shoot at inside the club. Stack regains some awareness, but before he can harm anyone, Smoke's wife splashes him with garlic juice, causing him immense pain. She explains that garlic can repel vampires, and that silver or we can kill them. She also warns everyone to deny vampires entry, as only humans can enter uninvited. To ensure safety, She instructs all patrons to eat garlic to prove they're still human outside the club. The expelled guests fall prey to the vampires. One by one, they are attacked and turned. Soon, an entire horde of vampires emerges, throwing a party of their own and waiting for more victims to exit the club. Smoke's wife decides they must remain inside until sunrise, as vampires cannot survive daylight. The lead vampire returns and tries to persuade Smoke and the others to join them. He argues that vampirism erases racism and promises immortality. He reveals another disturbing truth. Vampires retain the memories of those they turn. The couple who were initially bitten had planned to rob Smoke and Stack because they couldn't accept that black men were the wealthiest people in town. The vampire says that society will never accept their success, so why not join the vampires? As a final bargaining chip, the vampire demands Sammy. His music has the power to summon souls, which they desperately want. They threaten the Chinese restaurant owner, saying they'll harm her daughter unless they're allowed inside. Reacting emotionally, she accidentally grants them entry. Unleashing chaos, the vampires storm into the nightclub. In the ensuing attack, Smoke's wife, the brave Chinese woman, and a mentor from Sammy's band are all killed. Smoke is especially heartbroken when he is forced to kill his own wife, who had been turned into a vampire by Stack. Sammy and his partner try to escape, but the lead vampire, Remick, blocks them. Meanwhile, Smoke engages in a fierce battle with his brother that Remick attacks Sammy and bites his partner. The partner urges Sammy to flee and save himself. Sammy defends himself by smashing his silver-laced guitar against Remick's head. The silver causes intense pain not only to Remick but to all connected vampires, giving Sammy a chance to escape. As Remick prepares for another attack, Smoke arrives and drives a wooden stake through Remick's heart. Remick's death shocks the remaining vampires. With dawn breaking, the new vampires, unaware of the sun's deadly effect, began to burn as sunlight touched them. In his final act of heroism, Smoke urges Sammy to flee, knowing gangsters will soon come to reclaim their stolen money. Sure enough, more armed men arrive. Smoke bravely fights them off alone, killing many but suffering fatal wounds in the process. As he lies dying, he thinks of his wife and daughter. The story returns to the church where Sammy, now holding the broken neck of his guitar, stands before his father, the priest. He refuses to give up music, despite his father's plea to pray instead. Sammy takes his guitar and walks away. In a touching post-credit scene, we see an elderly Sammy 60 years later, still playing blues music and singing a song, keeping the spirit of his music alive. And with that, the movie ends. Agree? Disagree? Let's start a comment civil war. And if you're obsessed with hidden movie secrets, smash that bell. Our next video might ruin your childhood. Thanks for watching.